Welcome to another video, guys, from Tony Solo, where I'll be talking about changing your perception so that feeling good enough to you actually is the real thing. What I believe most men are feeling is this feeling of, I'm not good enough. And this I'm not good enough feeling is all based on his perception. Perception is based on belief. And of course, as we know, belief is something that's thought of over and over and over. But as a person is constantly believing in themselves that I am not good enough for beautiful women, after constantly believing that, they're setting up the reality to show them that that's the truth. And guys get used to this. They get used to this, setting up the reality that this is the way that things are. They set up the reality that when I see a beautiful woman, I am not enough for her. They believe that that reality is already there before they created it, but the truth is, it was never there. That reality was never there. They created that reality. It is a misconception for guys to believe that feeling good enough for something, feeling good enough specifically for beautiful women, is something that has just been a truth that existed before, and now they're going to prove it wrong. That's what it is. So they're already coming from the position of, this is something that's already embedded in me. This is something that's been there without my control. But if I told that same guy that he does control that, he does control his perception, he does control whether or not he feels that he's good enough. He controls that. If I told a guy that, he would say, well, how do I control that? Because my whole life has shown me that I don't control that. Everybody in society is showing me that feeling good enough for a woman is something that's based on the way that I look. Feeling good enough for a woman is based on the way that I was brought up. Feeling good enough for a woman is based on whether or not I have this amount of success. And as you guys know, the way you look means nothing in relation to feeling good enough for beautiful women. I guarantee you there's more handsome guys than you think, like really, really attractive guys than you think, that don't feel worthy of beautiful women, who don't actually feel worthy of them. Guys who make themselves look incredibly attractive, who make themselves into the image of what it means to be a man that's really attractive, or maybe he's blessed with looks. That guy, many of the times, he has not even done any work on himself. So what makes him more attractive than another man? Simply just the way he looks. But women don't go off looks unless they're the pseudo-feminine, unless they're the women who are just like surface level. Those are the women, of course, who go for those guys. Guess what? Those guys are surface level and they match up perfectly. But looks in itself is not the main determining factor to a woman, because guess what? Looks can fade. There's many beautiful women out there who can tell you right now that they've talked to guys who've been extremely attractive to them. I mean, she looked at him and went, fuck, that guy is hot. I would have sex with that guy if he's cool, or if he treats me nice, blah, blah, blah. Ask many of those girls, or ask many beautiful women, do you have experiences with guys being really attractive, but at the same time not being able to talk to you, not knowing how to hold a conversation, saying stupid stuff, being too arrogant? Do you have experience with that. And almost every single beautiful girl will say yes. Almost every single one. Because I can tell you right now that many guys who are extremely attractive, they don't care as much about working on themselves than other guys, because their whole life they've been given this thing of you're really attractive. So that means that you don't have to work so hard because they have girls coming at them. But I can tell you right now, beautiful women do not go for really attractive guys. They don't go for them like this. They don't go, okay, that's a really attractive guy, I'm gonna go for him. They don't do that. Because just as much choice as the guy has, the girl has 3 times as much choice. She does. So looks isn't as much as you think. Now, don't get me wrong. If some of these guys who grow up who look really handsome and they only have beautiful women that come into their life, do they naturally feel like they are entitled to beautiful women? Yes, they do. There is some truth to that. But it's not the determining thing for a woman if the guy looks like something. So you guys out there who are believing like, fuck, I have to look like something so that beautiful women will like me or beautiful women will accept me or so that I'm worthy enough for beautiful women, you are taking yourself down the wrong hole. I can dress up and look like so many different things. I really can. I can dress up and look like whatever I want. But if I'm not the person on the inside that really feels worthy, if I'm not the person on the inside that feels good enough, if I'm not that person, it doesn't matter what I wear. It doesn't matter how I look. So right now, scratch looks and understand that looks is just something that's there and the girl puts some value on, but she's not putting the most value on that for the man's self-worth. And you shouldn't put so much value into how you look for self-worth around women. I'm too short is still based around how you look. I don't look handsome enough is based around how you look. I don't have the most stylish clothes based on how you look. Should you be presentable? Yes. That's what I would say. Just as a natural thing, care about the way you look. Yeah, I mean, if you don't care about the way you look, that says something to women. It just absolutely does. It says something to people. If you don't care about the way you look, people will go, he doesn't have good hygiene, he's smelly, he doesn't care about the way he looks. So what does that mean about the rest of his life? Is his house dirty? There's many different things that translates to a woman. So yes, care about the way you look, but don't put so much emphasis on it because that's not gonna give you the self-worth that you need or the feeling good enough for beautiful women. That in itself, you need to change the perception in that from trying to be whatever you think beautiful women like as far as what I should look like to a perception on who am I as a person, but in relation to looks, what do I want to wear? There's certain women who are into guys who wear rock and roll stuff. There's certain women who are into guys who wear suits and stuff. There's certain women who are into hip hop looking guys. What correlates to you? There's certain women who are into guys who are more spiritually looking. You know, there are all different type of things that you can do, but care about the way you look based on what means most to you. That's what it is. And of course, that looks thing has a whole fucking other video around it, but I'm just gonna give you that for right now. The way you were brought up. Of course, this is something that affects your self-worth. It does. It affects you feeling good enough. So before I said that a guy thinks that his self-worth is something that is affected by the way he brought up. Yes, there is a great truth in that. There's great truth in that actually. But guys use it as an excuse. They go, I was always the one in school who didn't have the beautiful girls, or I was always the one who got picked on and beautiful women didn't see me as a sexual prospect. And for those guys, what I say to you, or any guy who's grown up and beautiful women haven't been in your life to the degree that it has been for a very small percentage of the men on earth, your past circumstances can only affect you to the point that you allow it. So yes, does it affect you? Absolutely, it does. It does affect you feeling good enough. It absolutely affects you feeling good enough. It does. So don't ever get away from the fact that the past has relevance to your self-worth. It definitely does. All of your past actually Only your past has relevance to your self-worth. But one thing that I want you to be aware of is that in this moment right now, when you're totally present, the past doesn't exist. That is what this whole video literally is getting you guys to do. Is to see truth instead of trying to operate from something that's the past. A belief is something that's thought of over and over and over. And the belief that you're carrying right now about your self-worth in relation to women is not something that's through truth, it's something that's through belief. And belief is something that's created. Truth is something that exists whether or not you know about it or not. The prospect of you saying to your past, you know what? My past is the reason why I'm like this. My past is the reason why. That's you blaming your past. That's you blaming the circumstances of your past. Once you blame the circumstances of your past, you feel like it already happened and now it has a hold on me. The fact that it has a hold on me, it won't let me go. I don't feel worthy of beautiful women because, man, I never had beautiful women in my life. I never had the women that I have always wanted in my life. So nothing is really showing me that beautiful women are interested in me. Nothing is really showing me that I'm worthy of beautiful women, that I feel good enough for them. Nothing is showing me that because evidence has always shown me, past evidence has always shown me that that is something that's a truth. But that's why I keep telling you that to see truth, you must be present in this moment now. This is why when I'm coaching a guy on a workshop and he goes, my gosh, she's so beautiful, man. Fuck, I feel scared to approach. I go, okay, great, man. I'm glad you feel scared to approach, but now let's do something different about this. Let's do this. And then I shift them into a way, I allow him to see the woman for what she really is. I allow him to be able to not identify with his mind, because his mind's gonna wanna come in. Belief lives here. His mind is gonna wanna come in and go, yeah, but this thing, and she's like this, and she's too beautiful, and she's too tall, and I'm too short. As all that comes in, I get him to see truth. See the truth of the fact of, yes, my beliefs in the past have probably always taught me this. Growing up, yes, that's probably always taught me that beautiful women don't go for me. It probably always taught me that. But allow something different to teach you. The number one thing that can teach a person in life is truth. Not belief, but truth. Truth can actually teach you the route of yourself. Truth can actually lead you in life towards that which you want. Belief can only show your perception of something that's created from something, some other source, or your mental drama. That creates beliefs as well. But truth in itself is always in this moment right now. So you can't create truth, you can only settle into it. And this is what I love about, doing this, is that I can get a man to see his self-worth in a different way, because self-worth is not something that you have to create. What makes a man self-worthy of a woman is his realization that he's always been worthy. But that realization, getting him there, will require a lot of work. It will require him going inside. It will require him sitting with the parts of himself that he doesn't want to see. The past self that he doesn't want to see, the egoic self that he doesn't want to sit through. Because to give up the egoic self and to go into truth is a very difficult thing. Even if a guy really wants to know the truth that I am self-worthy, what's even more afraid of that is letting go of what he's used to, which is I'm not worthy. That actually feels comfortable. That feels good. And when a guy is used to that, it'll be hard for him to give it up. Why do you think there's so many guys in the journey who give up? Because they're so used to attaching themselves to the belief instead of just allowing themselves to see truth. Just allowing themselves to see a situation not from the mind, but from this moment. Not from belief, but from truth. Not from the past, but from the present moment. As he does that, his life starts to shift around what it means to be good enough for women. My feeling good enough for women doesn't come from the fact of she's beautiful, have I been with a girl that's that beautiful? That's not where my self-worth comes from. It comes simply from the fact that I've realized that I'm just worthy as a person for anything that I want in life and women. And that realization comes from the fact of, am I willing, for me, it was I willing to give up what I was used to? Was I willing to give up the fact that I am attached to the fact that I believe that I'm only valuable for these certain type of beautiful women? Am I willing to give that up for something else? There's not levels, so to speak, of belief that you need to, so to speak, have so that you get a beautiful woman in your life. It's so crazy when I see guys talking about, you know, these things that you need to do to be worthy of a beautiful woman. Some of it has truth, but some of it is just totally from the fact that they actually are operating from beliefs and they're not operating from truth, which is very sad to me, because when a man's operating from belief, it can always be shaken. But when he's operating from truth, truth can't be shaken. Not at all. It cannot be shaken. So your past has relevance to you. Your past can give you insights about yourself, but your past is not currently in this moment dictating whether or not you're worthy of a beautiful woman. That can only be dictated through truth. The moment a guy sees a beautiful woman and he's never approached her, he goes up to her and he says hello. She goes hi back, and they go on a date. In that moment, his belief is totally challenged. In that moment. In the moment that he's doing that, his belief is challenged. He's rolling with truth like, fuck, I'm actually worthy of this girl? What? His mind starts to go into freak out because he's like, wow, she's actually standing here talking to me. Wow, she actually wants to go on a date with me. And every situation is wow because his mind is not, the belief is not engaged. Truth is starting to cut away the belief, and it's up to him whether or not to continue with that truth or to allow the belief to come in and screw up what he has. Because there's certain guys who go, okay, I'm not worthy of beautiful women, but I'm just gonna go try anyway. And then they go try, and as they're trying, they're noticing that they're getting results, but at some point, the girl leaves. And I remember one student I had specifically, he was operating from this innate feeling that he's not worthy of beautiful women. So he already felt, before the girl even rejected him, that eventually she will reject him. So even if he walked up to a woman and it was going good, I mean, absolutely going good, what he would do is find a way to screw it up because his mind will come in and start messing with him. That's how strong that belief can take over you. But I can tell you that if you stay with truth, truth cuts right through belief. And once I allowed him to see that, fuck man, I'm actually just operating from eventually I'll fuck up, he was able to then see and now become aware of the moments when he's in front of a woman and he wants to back off and go back into his belief instead of being with the truth of the moment. Your past can only have as much power as you give it, which means mental power. The more you focus on your past, the more your past will feel real. The more you stay in the present moment, the more the moment will be realized. So that's the second thing. Please understand that your self-worth does come from the past, but the past doesn't exist right now. And the third thing is feeling like you must have a certain level of success before you feel good enough. This one out of all three is the worst. I feel like this is the worst for a man to try to find out if he's worthy or not of a woman. Find out if he's good enough. This is the worst one, and the one that guys use the most. Is, I must, forgive me for clearing my throat, I'm just getting tired, but I'll stay with it. They feel I must have this much amount of success to get this type of woman. To get a woman who is high quality, and I hate that word, that's why I never say it. To get a woman who's high quality, I need to be this type of man. As far as success, I'm not talking about who he is as a person, I'm talking about in specific success. That means the success that he's created through going out there and putting in the effort, which is a business. He must have a successful business. He must have a fucking really cool car, or he must have great clothes, or he must have great friends and great things going on in his life to get a beautiful woman. These are all lies that men have been fed into. Society feeds into men that you must have a certain level of success or beautiful women don't go for you. Guys really walk around with this attitude. They walk around with the attitude that, you know what, that guy that's with that girl, just because he's dressed cool and stuff, he must have a business that's a multi-million-dollar business. He must have a business that is the best business in all of Hungary. That's where I am right now. He must have a business that is this, that's that. He must be a person that's like this, that's like that. And then he goes, I can't get that woman until I become to the level of status that that guy is. And they get fed this over and over. Even there's guys in the communities telling them that until you become like this guy, until you have this sort of success, then there's no way, man, that you're gonna get girls like that. Girls just don't go for guys who are not this successful, who are not this successful. And as they're saying that to these guys, they're pulling them in the wrong direction. So do not be pulled in the wrong direction that you must have this amount of success to get beautiful women. Beautiful women only look at success as a plus. That's it. The number one thing a woman looks at is how does she feel around you. That's what she looks at over anything in life, is how do I feel around this man? How does he make me feel? Does he make me feel sexy? Does he make me feel cherished? Does he let me know that I can't just do anything that I want? Is he willing to walk away? Is he very free in his actions? Who is this man as a person? How does he make me feel when I'm around him? I can tell you right now, in the beginning, I literally thought that I had to become all these different things outwardly to get beautiful women. Because I was under the impression that beautiful women, they only go for guys who have a certain level of success. Like, I'm talking about the really beautiful women. They only go for guys who are like this, or guys who are like this, or guys who are the alpha guy in the club, or the guys who walk around on the street and who have a certain stance. Or I had so many different things, and that's because I was misguided. But what allowed me to see the way that I see now is truth. There's beautiful women out there, no matter what I look like, no matter how amazing my business is going or anything like that, will not see me as attractive and don't want any part to do with me. And there's definitely women out there who definitely want to be a part of my life, no matter if I have success or not. The woman that I'm currently sharing love with right now, I can tell you right now, if I had none of this right now, she would still want to be with me. Of course, if I was like someone who was just like, I don't want to do anything in life, she would lose interest. But if I gave up everything right now, the way she feels around me is much more important than everything I have right now. Everything I have right now is just a bonus. She gets to go eat here. She gets to go on this adventure. She gets to be around these friends. She gets to travel. All these different things. That's only a bonus. But the way I make her feel, if you was to ask her, she would go, that cuts out everything. And it does. Stop believing that your success has relevance to your self-worth or feeling good enough for beautiful women. Who you are is much more important, and that's what women look at ultimately. What I want you guys to take away from this video is feeling good enough has nothing to do with the outside. It has all to do with the inside. It has to do with connecting yourself to truth. You gotta forgive me, I'm getting really tired. You have to connect yourself to what true is. And this is something that I talk about a lot of times in my videos. Being able to get away from illusion, disillusion, belief, and to come to what's true. And the only way to see what's true is to be in this moment now. Be more meditative in life. Allow yourself to see clearly. And seeing clearly is a process of being aware. So until the next video, guys, what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to go to the description box, and I want you to get the free seduction course that I have for you. If you've gotten this far in this video, obviously you can take some from this, and that seduction course is just gonna help you just more and more. It's everything from meat to the bedroom. And in the meantime, I just want to tell you guys that I will be coming to New York City soon, and I'll be coming to Toronto and San Francisco. And when I go to these cities, I'll be doing seminars. So yeah, Tony Solo will be running seminars now from now on. and my first one will be in New York City. The details on that will come to you soon. And I just want to say to you guys, who you are is valuable for that which you want in life and in relation to women. It's just realizing it. All right, guys, I'm tired and I gotta go. I'll see you on Wednesday. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. You know, I'm always giving you something new, and it's also something new that I want to give you. I've created a video series which is Approach to Bedroom. And I'll be showing you everything from what do you say up on the approach, not what to say, but how you can say what you want to say, and being able to have the mindsets to go with that, being able to be in conversation, being able to take the woman home, and along this path, just giving you insights into things that may pop up to give you issues. I've covered it in this video series that, you know, packed full of about 3 hours of me just giving you guys everything that I can say is going to be the best from approach to bedroom. If you want this, it's totally free. If you want this, click the link below, and what'll happen is that you'll get a video series sent right to you, and check it out. Until next time, I'm out.